Okay, so today we have an interesting topic. I was just thinking about what kind of video I should be making today because I try to do at least one video a week, or maybe two video a week or whatever. At least one video a week. And today I was actually thinking like, hmm. You know what a good topic would be? A video about Disney princesses. Okay. Um, I don't know. Cinderella was the first one that come in my head. So I guess Cinderella gonna be our victim for today. Yes, Cinderella is a nice girl. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. But hey, Cinderella we got, and Cinderella is a victim for today. Okay. So the story of Cinderella, she was her father died, and she ended up living with her stepmother, who treat her like shit. Pretty much. Stepmother treated her like shit. And then there was a prince. And then they go to the ball. Her fairy godmother dressed her up. And she was able to go to the dance, whatever, the ball, the dance. She danced with the prince for a couple minutes. And then the clock strike almost 12 o'clock. And she had to run home. And then after that, the prince had to find her. I'm like, another interesting topic. So you're telling me nobody in the whole damn kingdom can wear her size? Nobody in the whole damn kingdom actually wear her size. I don't know. I'm like, so nobody. She is the only person who can wear, let's just say, a size 6. I'm not sure if the shoes magically become bigger or smaller when someone else try to wear it, but so you're telling me nobody else wear a size 6, a female size 6. Which doesn't make sense, but hey, a lot of the time when you're watching this movie, you gotta turn off your brain, because if you don't turn off your brain, it won't make sense. Okay. Okay. Second things that I like to think about is the fact that what is Cinderella bring to the table? What actually did she bring to the table? Okay, so what did Cinderella bring to the table? That's the questions of the day. Okay, we're gonna stick to the same thing that every female always say. Remember, we're gonna try to look at this from modern days feminists. Okay, I can cook, I can clean. Cinderella gonna be like, I can cook, I can clean, and I can give him sex. Okay, he's a fucking prince. He don't need any of that. Okay, so he's a prince. He don't need the cooking. He don't need the cleaning. And she can say she's a freak. Shit. Based on what I can say, the two sisters was willing to go down on this guy badly. Really, really badly. So, what could Cinderella do different than the other sisters? Well, maybe it was because of her character. So, the prince need a body. So, out of everybody in the whole damn kingdom, Cinderella was that person that could be a good body to him. which is kind of crazy. But I mean, don't get me wrong, she can give him kids, but the other sisters can give the prince, children to as well. So she's not the only one who can give the prince, children. So in today modern day, if you were to ask Cinderella what does she bring to the table, I wonder what her response would be. Literally, I wonder what the response would be, which I would find very, very entertaining. Let's remember this whole YouTube channel is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Sole purpose of entertainment. Yes, but she is a good girl and all that. But I think she would benefit more than the prince. Well, I mean, if we're gonna take things into consideration, he's a prince. That doesn't mean that he has access to all the money and the wealth and everything, because the king and the queen are still alive. So technically, he has access, but it doesn't mean he own everything. Unless a little greed start taking into considerations, maybe the prince killed the parents so that he can inherit the kingdom, and so move on. But in real times world, I don't think the king would have go for it. I think the king would have been like, girl, I think we need a prenup. but but for real though, and nowadays, I think the prince would have been like, yeah, we gotta need a prenup. So I don't think that it's fair just because I marry you now that you own half of the fucking kingdom. Let's just assume that the prince become parent die, he become the king. So Cinderella automatically own half of everything. And the law says if you become unfaithful, if you cheat or anything, if she filed for divorce, she get to keep half of all your shit, bro. Oh man. So Cinderella gets to keep all these things. Because based on everything, Cinderella is the one who actually benefit from all this. She got protection and her life changed. She have access to wealth and all that good things. So she pretty much end up having access to all the wealth and fortune just because she got a vagina. But in today's world, I don't think that would apply though. I don't think it would apply, especially if the prince can lose everything, or the king could lose everything that they actually have just because they got married. But so let's just say 5 years down the road, do you think that the prince would feel the same way about Cinderella? That's a good question. Especially when the prince has so many other hoes throwing themselves at him. Do you really think that the prince would remain faithful to Cinderella? That's a good question. I mean, based on the movie itself, this guy got way too much feminist in him. I don't think this guy has too much ounce of masculine energy in him. So if you actually go back and watch the movie, look at all the scene with the prince. I mean, like, I can understand that he had to be a certain character, but this guy doesn't seems like he has an ounce of masculinity energy in him. I think the feminist energy is strong within the prince. So hey, that's just my thought. Don't come at me. That's just my thought. But so did the prince marry Cinderella for her company? Like, literally. a whole damn kingdom, multiple girls. Well, the other girls didn't see it that way. The sisters was evil, but I'm pretty sure there were other good girls in the kingdom too as well. But hey, let's say maybe the maid could have been a nice girl who just show up and do her job, who has value and stuff like that. But since it's all about Cinderella, so we're gonna focus on Cinderella. But did Cinderella ever had to compete with other females? Because the reality is, when shit get boring, when things get boring between the prince and Cinderella, like how do they resolve their problem when they get into argument? And what if the prince decided to raise their children a certain ways and Cinderella wasn't on board on that? And first thing first, to me, Cinderella is the only person in that family. Like, the whole family, like, the whole family, you got the whole prince family, and then you just got Cinderella. I think Cinderella is at a disadvantage where she's at, and she needs to be careful what she eat, because if she ever step out of line, her life might be in danger. If you actually look into this a little bit deeper, but yeah, you got the whole prince family and a whole staff crew who's willing to serve them, and then you have Cinderella. So I feel like Cinderella would be trapped in that marriage, to be honest with you. I feel like Cinderella would be trapped. Because in the movie, Cinderella didn't really have too many friends. She didn't really have any friends. I mean, it's just a movie. Yes, I understand. It's just a movie. But Cinderella didn't really have too many friends. So I honestly do feel like Cinderella would be one of those boring girls. Well, anyway, maybe that the whole wedding and the whole this was just a phase because the prince needed to have a wife. But Cinderella don't seems like that girl who's down for fun type of girl though. I wonder what would they do for fun? Riding horses. Hey, I'm just referring to the time period. Riding horses. And also, who was, what did the family had to do to get all the wealth that they had? If you really think about it, the land and everything, who the fuck was walking on the land? Okay, now I'm beginning to get pissed. If you the more you start thinking about it, I'm like, who the fuck was walking the land? I mean, they king and queen. I'm pretty sure they own lands. Who the fuck was walking the land? That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. But hey, we're focusing on Cinderella. But reality is, I honestly don't think that the marriage between Cinderella and the prince would actually survive. I don't think so. Well, unless female decided to play their roles and be a good housewife or be a trophy wife. But I honestly don't think that the relationship between the prince and Cinderella would survive that long in modern days. Just my thought, but hey, let me know your thought about this subject. Except this one, I would actually read it if there's any the comments. I can't guarantee it would be the same for all of them because that is an interesting topic if you actually think about it. That is an interesting topic. Okay, so that's pretty much all I had to say about this topic. But it was a very interesting topic, though. Very interesting.